Action.
The Scuffle,
You
the
charge
premiere
me
has
$50.
ended. Now
Thank you.
a must-watch movie. I want you all to grab your copy
Charge me, he
or
will-
go
he
on
will pay for
Netflix
it.
and watch this movie. Now, this movie that has just concluded, the premiere that has just concluded, we watched it. The reason why I handpicked you guys is because I know you are the producer, director, and you are from Slam, and of course you wore many hats. The morals behind the movie is what caught my attention. So tell me your take from the movie that would be a blessing to every woman, man, children in society.
Well, if you put it that way, I'll tell you one thing for sure, that the women are rising. They're rising. Even in Sierra Leone, the women are rising all over the world. Have you gone to graduation ceremonies in the United States?
Yes.
When kids graduate out of high school and university, after 20 women, you see one man. After 20 girls, you see one boy. That's what is happening.
Yeah, right
So the
now.
women are actually taking over. You understand?
They've already
So
taken
what we
over.
saw in this movie today is just what we are anticipating. The women are our mothers, they are our sisters, they are our wives. These are people who will look at us and have sympathy and have compassion. But the men, we have lied so much when it comes to politics. We have lied so much that I am just tired. All right?
Yeah.
Maybe if we give that country to a woman, the woman will treat it as her baby.
Right.
But these men, man.
I'm so happy for
I like that.
you.
You have momentum.
Now, you are the producer of this movie. What really prompted you to put this movie? Because this is a high-risk movie. You know why? Because it exposed everything about politics.
That's
So
right.
I'm watching it, and what I'm saying to myself is, what will they do to this movie when the higher up people in politics, get hold of this movie? What prompted you for you to put this movie, and what, because there's something that motivated you. So what was
Well,
that?
the first thing that motivated me, is the love I have for the country. And also something that would empower women, something that would inspire women, something that would grow our industry, our film industry, that prompted me to invest in this film. Being the executive producer and co-producer to the film, I believe what we looked at it, the three producers of this film looked at it, it's something that would nourish, the thing that needs to grow Sierra Leone. So this story actually depicts and talks about things that everyone that is watching, whether you are a man, woman, a young girl growing up, will see and get inspired and say, this is something I want to do. And I want to do it so I could change the way the country is. Because if we look at our political system or look at our country, in order for this country to grow, we should be able to eradicate certain things like corruption that is embedded in our systems. We should be able to take that out of the system and see how we can grow Sierra Leone.
Now, my dear sister Gile, Slam, you are the CEO of Slam. You fish out talent. You are not only looking for Sierra Leoneans, but all around the globe, okay? So looking at this movie, what was going through your mind, looking at talent, looking at how they put the pieces together, looking at even the props, looking at the scenery,
Right.
everything. So you fish out talent. Yearly you give awards.
Right.
What was going through your mind as you watching art come to life?
One thing I thought of first and foremost, that when this movie premieres, and I'm praying it gets to Netflix, it will definitely change the face of Sierra Leone movies. It exposed the country's scenery a lot. And at some point within the movie, you find yourself in there. It's not like you're watching a movie anymore. It's like you are facing real-time
Yes.
corruption and what normally happens in political times, right? And because you felt yourself in there, that is just how real the acting was. It didn't seem as if the acting was prompted. I may not be a producer or director officially, but the acting did not seem prompted. Whoever directed the movie, I give them kudos. And some of those faces were well known, others were not. And I believe the artistry of a good director is to be able to teach even the unteachable. I don't care if that person is the best or has acted a million times. If as a director you cannot teach a new actor how to act, then you are not a good director. And that director did a good job. As related to the vision and message that the movie gave, I won't say it's a cry from the slums because we're not talking slums, it's a cry from the women. It's a cry from the Sierra Leone community. But most importantly, and I quote God in this, women are holy because women are love, women are mothers. A woman is a mother, as Pastor David said, but most importantly, women are unifiers, right? And all over the world, multiple countries have conflicts, they have elections, wars, all over the world, and the only answer is love. Now, as a woman, we are able and we have the capability to bridge that gap, to cause peace, right? And so if this is a message, whether it's from Dr. Isa from God to her, to his ears, to the ears of every politician out there, to the ears of Sierra Leone as you watch, and as I, Gila, speak to women out there, the message is out. Start thinking about it, start pondering on it. And let's start thinking as a country. A lot of times they say the Sierra Leone is not ready for women. Sierra Leone, we have 5 more years, then we have another 5 years, but at least there has to be a groundbreaking. For now, we have a little over 30% of women in parliament. We have women in leadership, and women are showing that in their ministries, they are able to create accountability. So a woman in a home is also a woman, a manager, and a financial accountant within the political realm. That has been established in Dr. Isa too. And Mr. Bakar, I truly applaud you and your co-producer for such a great initiative. Thank you.
I'm so happy for your thought. You were in the movie. You interviewed one of the aspirants, okay? Now, send a message. Your job, because I want you to send a message. This movie touched everybody. It touched youth, it touched the leaders, this movie, and you were part of the movie. You interviewed Dr. Keita in the movie. So with you interviewing Dr. Keita, you have something in you. Send a message out there to the youths, because we want this message. This movie, I pray this movie touch not even only Sierra Leoneans, but this is a motivating movie. Like it motivates other women to jump into things that it break bounds. Like,
That's right.
Never limit yourself.
That's right.
Not even your husband should limit you. Not to say disrespect them, but it should not limit you. It's a message. I pray even you take it to the church, because when I was watching this movie, so many things running through me. So send a message out there to the youths, and just send a message how this will be a blessing to everybody.
Basically, the message of this movie is for the entire Africa as a continent, because what we try to portray here does not only reflect Sierra Leone, but the entire Africa, because this is where women have been marginalized, women have been deprived of taking leadership. But I believe we want to tell everybody out there, we want to tell people that no, you guys have a space and you guys can make the change. So therefore, even the young people we used in the film, we want to sensitize and we want to educate them that they should not be involved in creating issues or fighting for politicians, because these people are evil. So as a country, we want to educate our young people, we want to educate our women, we want to educate every other person, including we men, so that we can give these people a space, we can give them the opportunity they need so that they can change Sierra Leone and Africa as a whole. Because when we give them power, I believe, because they are mothers, because they are women, they have that empathy in them to do the change, to ensure that we have a change that we really desire. So therefore, I want to encourage all young people to take the time to look at this film and also learn the moral lessons that are in the film and make them a positive impact in them.
I just want to say thank you all for everything, for your input. Please search for this movie, The Scuffle, and let it bless your life. Be you man, woman, children. you will not regret watching it. It's an English-based movie, so don't think because it's an African movie, you might not understand. Grab your copy and watch it. Search for it, and watch it. And thank you all very much.
Thank you.